Good evening, good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, two things I want to talk about. One, I want to give my review of Stardom New Blood 11, their 11th, well, technically their 12th, New Blood show, because remember they did New Blood Premium. But yeah, their 12th show, with this being deemed number 11, is in the books, and finally got around to watching it, so I wanted to give my review. And then I want to give my thoughts on some of the recent things that have been going on with Stardom as far as injuries, their grueling schedule, and how I feel they could make things better and lessen injuries. So those are the two main topics of discussion for tonight. Okay, first off, let's get started with the Stardom New Blood 11 show. We have 7 matches. This took place last week, September 28th. This was at the Shinagawa Inner City Hall in Tokyo, Japan. But yeah, 7 matches. And overall, thought it was a pretty decent show. But let's go ahead and get started with the review. Here we go. All right, first match for Stardom New Blood 11. We had ourselves a 3-way triple threat match. We had Hina of Queen's Quest taking on Kizuna Tanaka from Pro Wrestling Wave, and the giant HANAKO. Overall, this was a pretty decent match. I felt like all 3 ladies got showcased pretty well. It wasn't a crazy long match or anything like that, but it was really nice to see these 3 ladies work this match. You know, it's already rare enough that we see Hina wrestle, because I think she's been in school as well. So it's always good to see her get some more matches in. And you know, Kizuna Tanaka is one of the young up and comers from Pro Wrestling Wave. So keep an eye on her. She also wrestled in the previous Seira Chapter 2, so that was really cool. And HANAKO, you know, she's established herself as the resident, or one of the resident giants in Stardom, of course, next to Lady C, and, you know, Megan Bayne is also up there as well. But overall, this was a pretty decent match. Hina was able to get the pin on HANAKO with the Gato clutch, and Hina picks up the victory in this opening 3-way match. So, good stuff for Hina. Good to see her pick up a victory. Alright. Let's move on to our next match. Okay. So, we had ourselves a singles match. We had Queen's Quest, Human Tower, Lady C, taking on Oedo Tai's Ruaka. This is definitely a familiar matchup, one that we've seen quite a, you know, different number of times. But I'd have to say this was back and forth. I was really pulling for Lady C, but Ruaka gets the best of her and picks up the victory, pinning her after hitting the freezer bomb off the top turnbuckle. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. Ruaka wins. And I really feel bad for Lady C. I really feel like, to be honest, I don't think Stardom has done really well with her booking. You know, she has very, very few wins. I think she probably has the same victories, if not a little bit more than Waka Tsukiyama, and that's not saying much. Like, I really have no idea what they're doing with Lady C. I mean, at least with Ruaka, I mean, she's a former Future of Stardom champion. You know, and it's just like, there's no telling when Lady C is going to finally get that push. You know, because she's been in Stardom for a little while now. But I don't like how they're booking her. I really don't. You know, just, I originally thought when she joined Queen's Quest, she would at least be more established. And she picked up maybe a few wins, just a very few since, but hasn't led to anything, and she's just back to being on a big slump. So it's just really unfortunate. I really hope at some point they give her a proper push. I really do, but I might be waiting for forever if I can keep it real. All right, let's move on to our next match. All right, we had ourselves another three-way triple threat match. This time we had Sexy Dynamite Princess versus Waka Tsukiyama versus the Toxic Spider, Thekla. Now, of course, let's keep it real. We all know that Sexy Dynamite Princess is Mariah May. Which, of course, she got her mask ripped off by Thekla in the middle of the match to reveal her identity. But, you know, it seemed like for most of the time, it was Waka and Sexy Dynamite Princess double teaming Thekla. But Thekla held her own in this match, for sure. And, you know, overall, it was a very entertaining match. You know, saw a lot of back and forth between Sexy Dynamite Princess and Thekla. But, sure enough, Thekla was able to overcome and pick up the victory. She pinned Waka Tsukiyama after hitting her with the Dokugomo Death Drop, that little double underhook twisting DDT. But yeah, Thekla, the Toxic Spider, picks up the victory. And of course, Waka looking all surprised about, you know, Sexy Dynamite Princess being revealed as Mariah May. But they had a moment after the match where Waka put on the mask as well, and she got a smooch from Mariah May. And even Thekla got a smooch from Mariah May during the match. But yeah, it was a pretty entertaining match. But yeah, Thekla is your winner. Okay, next up, we had ourselves the Cosmic Angels assessment match, where we had Yuna Mizumori face off against the current World of Stardom champion, the leader of Cosmic Angels, Nakano. Now, we know it wasn't that long ago that Yuna Mizumori had a match with Natsupoi, wasn't able to beat her, and Natsupoi deemed that she didn't pass the initiation to get into Kozen, Cosmic Angels. Nakano said, give you one more shot. You face me at Stardom New Blood 11. We'll see what happens. Yuna Mizumori, which, by the way, I like her new gear. Really, really cool new gear. She put up a great fight. A really great fight. Withstood a lot of strikes from from Nakano. And, you know, she put up a good fight. She really hung in there. And this match went the distance. You know, it at least went, 13, 14 minutes, I would say. So it at least went the distance. Maybe a little less. But Yuna Mizumori put up a great fight against Nakano. But Nakano did pick up the victory, as expected. She pinned Yuna after hitting her with a violet screwdriver. But then after the match, Tam gave her a lot of encouragement and ended up welcoming her into Cosmic Angels. So therefore, now Yuna Mizumori is an official member of Cosmic Angels. So they're at 4 members now. Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, Seira, and now Yuna Mizumori. Now, I know they've had the Color subunit, but they've been off doing their own thing, and they haven't been back in Stardom in a long while. Like, as a matter of fact, I don't think they've been back since the Triangle Derby, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, Saki and Hikari Shimizu and Yuko Sakurai, Rina Amikura, yeah, they haven't been back in Stardom in a hot minute. So, right now, looks like four members. But this is good for Cosmic Angels. This is really good. I felt like they needed to strengthen their numbers a little bit. So, Yuna Mizumori to Cosmic Angels. Cool. Hope she gets showcased more. But we shall see. Okay, next up, we had my favorite match of the card. Favorite match of the whole card. We had the Passion Injection match. This time, Sera, the cute, bubbly, energetic Sera, takes her shot at Nanae Takahashi. I really love the aggressiveness from Sera to really get off to the preemptive strike on Nanae. I felt like it was working out pretty well for her, and I just really love seeing her use her high speed to her advantage. And, you know, she got some pretty decent offense on Nanae Takahashi. I know Nanae tried to keep her grounded as much as possible, which she did a good job of. But Sera, she hung in there. She really did. She used her speed, her drop kicks, her great striking ability, and quickness. And she definitely put up a great fight in this match. Came close. Came really, really close. But Nanae Takahashi picked up the victory, pinning Sera after hitting her with a Queen Bee bomb. But she praised Sera greatly after the match. She really liked what she saw from Sera. And, you know, pretty much she endorsed her. She endorsed her. Great sign of sportsmanship from both ladies. And, yeah, I have to say, it was a great match. Enjoyed it from start to finish. And even though Sera didn't pick up the victory, she looked awesome in this match. So, good stuff for Sera. All right. Let's get into some championship matches. We had 2 championship matches on this card. All right. First up, we had the Future of Stardom Championship on the line, as Rina, the current champion of Oedo Tai, I believe is making her 3rd defense against Azusa Inaba, the sister of Tomoka Inaba from the Just Tap Out promotion. So she gets a shot. And I have to say, I felt like she put up a good fight. It seemed like this was a pretty evenly matched. I mean, it was really good to see Azusa work this match. I mean, we're pretty used to seeing her and her sister Tomoka Inaba team up, which, you know, they're a great tag team, don't get me wrong. But I really liked them showcasing Azusa in this match and just giving her this opportunity. And, you know, it was good. It was definitely really good seeing her striking ability and just, you know, showing her charisma in this match. Because, you know, Rina, she's going to bring it. You know, ever since she's been a part of Oedo Tai, she has been awesome. You know, it's been a great fit for her in that faction. And ever since she beat Ami Sourei for the Future of Stardom Championship, she's been looking really good. But overall, great match. Rina did end up retaining. She put away Azusa with the Pink Devil, that gori bomb. pinned her for the 1-2-3, and that makes 3 successful defenses for Rina. So, still looking really strong. And it looks like she announced that she wants to have a title defense against HANAKO. She wants to face off against HANAKO. So it looks like HANAKO might be getting the next title shot. And you know, she has the size advantage over Rina. So should be a good challenge for her. Should be a really good challenge for her. I look forward to that match. And then the main event of Stardom New Blood 11. More triple threat action. We had the New Blood Tag Team Championships on the line in a 3-way title match. We had the champions, Starlight Kid and Karma, defend against Wing Gori, made up of Hanan and Iida of Stars, and O2 line of Queen's Quest, made up of Azumi and Miyu Amasaki. Overall, this was a great match. I felt like the teams that were in this match were very well suited for this match. A lot of continuous action, which, you know, is very much necessary for a match like this. But, you know, I felt like Karma got in a lot of offense in this match. Very active. And so was Starlight Kid. But all 3 teams looked really good. Looked really good. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more out of Miyu Amasaki. But still, this was a great match with 3 very well-suitable teams for a match like this. But when it was all said and done, Hanan was able to pin Starlight Kid with the 17 for the 1-2-3. And Wing Gori, Iida, and Hanan are your new Blood Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to Iida and Hanan. And this is actually their first time tasting tag team gold in their Stardom careers. Because you got to remember, both ladies were Future of Stardom champions. And as a matter of fact, I believe they said this was Iida's first championship in 2.5 years. Because remember, the last title that she had before this was the Future of Stardom championship. But then she eventually suffered an injury, a torn ACL, I believe, and she was out of action for a long time. So it's actually really nice to see championships back on both these ladies, and you know, it suits them. I mean, both were former Future of Stardom champions. Those were the only single titles that they held. And now they both together as a tag team taste tag team gold for the first time in their Stardom careers. So congratulations to Hanan and Iida. And you know what? I hope they have a good run. I really hope they have a good run. This is a team that has been together for quite a while. I mean, they're in the same unit, but they've competed together many times. And now, look at what it's added up to. They now have tag team gold. So, way to stay with it. Congratulations, ladies. I hope y'all have a good tag team title run. I really do. Because I like both ladies. Hanan is great. Iida as well. I think they got a good complement of styles. So, who knows? I would love to see them come up with a double team finisher. I would love to see that. But, we'll see what happens. But, Hanan, Iida, your new Blood Tag Team Champions. And that's how they closed out New Blood 11. So, another great New Blood show. It's just a bummer that it wasn't on YouTube. So, it looks like they've completely stopped doing the New Blood shows on YouTube, which is freaking stupid, but guess it is what it is. But anyway, before we get into the rest of the video and move to the next topic, here's a quick word on the sponsor, Game Beauty. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Okay, so a couple of things have come up that I just really wanted to talk about when it comes to Stardom. So, unfortunately, this year's 5-star Grand Prix, while congratulations to Suzu Suzuki on winning, and, you know, there were some great matches overall, it wasn't without a handful of injuries. And 4 ladies all got injured throughout the duration of this tournament. Saya Kamatani, Utami Hayashishita, Starlight Kid, and Natsupoi. All on the injury list right now. And it really makes me wonder, are they really draining these ladies with these schedules? Because here's the thing, we have to remember, even during these tournaments that they have, they still end up having the pay-per-view shows, you know, the other big event shows that you have to, you know, order pay-per-view during these tournaments. I don't know about y'all, but that's got to take its toll on these ladies. They might want to really consider easing up on the scheduling for these ladies. Because it's going to get to the point where they're running so many of these events and it gets into tournament season, and then, you know, folks aren't able to finish off. They aren't able to finish their tournament matches. I mean, it happened to Utami. It happened to Saya Kamatani. You know? So it's like, that's something that they really need to strongly consider. I mean, I heard somebody say that when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, they'll do a tournament and then they give the folks like a couple of weeks time off before they get into their next lineup of shows. And I think maybe they should really consider doing that for Stardom, for the ladies of Stardom. Like, do that after the Triangle Derby, do that after the Cinderella Tournament, you know, Goddess of Stardom Tag League, 5-star Grand Prix, which, I mean, the Goddess of Stardom Tag League starts next week. And they got a Nagoya Golden fight coming up. And they just ended the 5-star Grand Prix. I mean, they had Stardom New Blood a day before the finals of the 5-star Grand Prix. You know, like, I just feel like they need to space out their shows more. They need to space out their shows more. You know, because it's getting to the point where injuries are starting to pile up. And then these ladies got to take time off, and some of them end up being serious injuries. I mean, shoot, Utami and Natsupoi had the same injury, cervical hernia. So I just really think that's something they need to really start thinking about. Because these injuries add up. You know, Utami had to forfeit her final 3 matches. Saya Kamitani had to forfeit the rest of the tournament after her first match. So, you know, you hate seeing things like that. You hate seeing things like that. So with the injuries, I also wanted to talk about this. So they have updated the teams for the Goddess of Stardom Tag League to account for the injuries. So this is how they have it. And I'll post this update in the description as well, so y'all have it for reference. So for the Red Goddess block, here are your teams: Giulia Thekla, Syuri and Saki Kashima, Risa Sera and Kurumi Hiragi, Mina Shirakawa and Waka Tsukiyama, Natsuko Tora and Momo Watanabe, Suzu Suzuki and Mei Sera, and Saya Iida and HANAKO. Okay? And then for the Blue Goddess block, you have Micah and Megan Bain. You have Miyu Iwatani and Hanan. You have Mirai and Mina Shirakawa. Mirai and Mai Sakurai. Forgive me. You have Tam Nakano and Yuna Mizumori. You have Fukuoka Double Crazy, which is Hazuki and Koguma. You have O2 Line, which is Azumi and Miyu Amasaki. And you have Ami Sourei and Lady C. Those are your Blue Goddess teams. So that is 7 teams. 7 teams on the Red Goddess block, 7 teams on the Blue Goddess block. So the interesting thing is Fukuoka Double Crazy was in the red block. Now they're in the blue block. And originally, it looked like Starlight Kid was going to team with Momo Watanabe, but with Starlight Kid being out, they switched it to Momo and Natsuko Tora. And Ruaka was originally supposed to be in this tournament, but with the changes, she ends up missing the tournament, which is a bummer for her. Utami Hayashishita was supposed to originally team with, I believe it was Lady C, but with Utami out, Lady C now teams with Ami Sourei. And Natsupoi was supposed to team with Tam Nakano as Meltier, but she's out with injury, so Yuna Mizumori, new Cosmic Angels member, is the replacement. So that's how they decided on the teams to account for the injuries. But like I said, I really hope, the schedule change, it's just something that they keep in mind. I really think they should really reevaluate how they're scheduling stuff, because there were a lot of injuries during this tournament season for Stardom. There were a lot. So, I also noticed Seira Ano is not going to be in this tournament. That's kind of strange, actually. So no Seira Ano for this tournament. No Rina. No Hina. No Ruaka. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But yeah, mean, that's really all I can say. But we'll see what happens with that. That tournament starts next week. I believe it's the 12th of October. No, 15th. I'm sorry, 15th. And like I said, you got Nagoya Golden Fight coming up next Monday. That's October 9th. So, I mean, crazy schedule. But that's pretty much all that I have for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty in the description. And also, let me know what y'all's thoughts were on Stardom New Blood 11. What did you think of the show? What did you think of the card, the matches? What did you think about the title change? Saya Iida, Hanan, Gori as your new Blood Tag Team Champions. And how do y'all feel about the recent injuries in Stardom? How do you feel about the schedule? You think the schedule is too crazy, grueling? And what do y'all think of the updated tag teams for the 13th Goddess of Stardom Tag League? Like I said, I'll list them in the description. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video. Later.